Games have come a hell of a long way in the last 23 years. Just take a look at the differences between the original, classic Doom, released in 1993, and the brand new release in the franchise, Doom 2016. And while visual splendor will only go so far, the real question is the new title a worthy successor to such a legendary brand of games? In Doom, you play an unnamed super soldier who has been resurrected on Mars during a demonic invasion. This invasion was enabled by the greed of humans who tried to harness the underworld for energy purposes. Your sole purpose in Doom is to use a plethora of weapons to battle the armies of hell, and damn is the protagonist good at it. Graphically, Doom is one of the most awesome experiences that I've ever had the pleasure of playing through, and fair enough, I have a very nice computer, but I was able to run the game on ultra settings, and it didn't drop a single frame below 60 throughout the entire playthrough. And having 60 FPS for this kind of a game, which is very twitchy, and the combat is very frenetic, is so important that it doesn't drop, so +1 to optimization there. Some of the locations that you get to fight in Doom just look beyond epic. And continuously throughout the game, you just want to take a break from the killing and just gasp in the imagination. Where in hell's name does this come from?
That's an Argent accumulator she's carrying. She'll try to use it to open a portal manually into hell.
Story-wise, Doom really has the bare bones of a running narrative that just pieces together the combat, but you're not playing this to get an RPG-style experience. This is a pure FPS. So if you don't really care about the story, and it just interrupts your gameplay, then you've got a lot to look forward to in Doom. One thing that does feel rather rich about the Doom levels are the amount of secrets. There's this awesome mini-map that allows you to track them down. It gives you an indication of where they are, because otherwise they would be a pain in the butt to find, but there are still a few very hidden gems that you can look out for. There are mini games to play. You can also take a look at some old Doom levels to unlock for your collection. But it is not just collectibles. Some things are very important to find. You can increase your health bar, your armor bar, and the amount of ammunition that you can carry around by finding Argent cells. And if you find the elite guards, then you can go and start to upgrade all of your weapons. There is a wealth of customization. Each of the weapons has got 2 different types of specialities that you have to earn points by killing, or alternatively finding bonus points by unlocking secrets and overcoming challenges which are different for each level to be able to gain bonuses, which do end up being quite important, especially if you're playing on some of the harder difficulty settings. One important thing to keep a lookout for are the rune trials. There are 12 of them throughout the game. You can find them on all of the different levels. You have 3 slots and they do provide you with some rather nice bonuses. For example, absorbing items at a greater distance, or maybe even to get 1 extra chance to survive a death blow and recover. This is very important, I expect, for trying to play through on Ultra Nightmare, where if you die you have to restart the level entirely. So all in all, there is a fairly efficient progressive system throughout Doom, so you can customize your Marine in a specific way. Doing so doesn't really feel forced, it's completely up to you, and it rewards a player that doesn't simply blitz through the game and keeps a lookout for hidden collectibles. While these kind of collectibles do heavily influence the gameplay and enable you to take down demons more efficiently, there are also some collectibles which are purely for show. If we take a look here, we can see there are a whole host of Doom guys that you can find throughout the game. Finding these mini-marines doesn't provide you with any benefit to the gameplay, but does allow you to take a look at some awesome high-definition models. Oh, wait, that go up! That's his crotch! God damn it. Okay, there we go. And trust me that some of the models in Doom just look absolutely incredible. Other funky things to find are the classic maps, where you can go and play through old-style Doom maps, but with the new-style monsters, and also with the new-style weapons, which is a little bit of fun. If you want to go and check that out after you've managed to complete the campaign. Oh god. So all of these features are fair and well, but it's not really any reason to play Doom. The real reason you want to play Doom is because of combat like this.
Safe levels. Lockdown incoming.
So after playing through the entirety of it yesterday, I can tell you that I have never played an FPS game where the combat feels just as clean and as right as you saw during that gameplay. I personally feel that for the last 10 to 15 years, FPS games have been stuck in what I would call health regeneration limbo. The idea of a permanent health bar has disappeared altogether, and what you have to do is simply get out of combat to 5 to 10 seconds to get all of your health back. Now that's great from the perspective of not getting stuck on low health and having to progress to the next area, or alternatively just taking a really big hit because you made a mistake and then not being able to recover from it. But what I feel like has happened is that you have to just hide and not fight, and so it's kind of like poke out round a corner, fire a few shots, and then hide until your health regens. That's become the standard on the modern Halo games and also Call of Duty, and it's just so stop start, and it just became so boring for me. Doom still has the original health and armor system that does not recover unless you get health and armor pickups. But the main fact that sets Doom apart from other FPS games is that to be able to get these health and armor drops, you have to kill your opponents, often in glorious ways. And so therefore, what we find, if you've made a mistake and you've got hit really hard and you're running away on low health, you're going to have to turn around and kick something's butt rather quickly to be able to regen your health, rather than just run away for long enough for your health to regenerate, which I felt made for a frenetic and exciting experience through my playthrough of Doom. I had so much more fun playing this game than I did for playing through Halo 4 or Halo 5, and I don't even bother with the Call of Duty games anymore. This health system is also reinforced by a seamless checkpoint system. If you die, generally I found that I was immediately at the start of the combat, and during the longest combats in the game, you would only have to fight for probably about 5 to 10 minutes continuously before the game would auto-save again. So what about the longevity of Doom? Well, I managed to complete the single player campaign in a single day yesterday on the second hardest difficulty setting. It took me 12.5 hours, and that was picking up pretty much 80 to 90% of the secrets and the equipment that was available for trying to find. I feel that if you completely ignored trying to find all of the secrets and just ran through the game, if you're a reasonably good FPS player, you could probably do it in under 10 hours, even on the second hardest difficulty setting. And if you pick easy or medium, you could probably shave even more time off that. But as clearly as shown on the title screen, the campaign is only one of 3 aspects to Doom. Let's take a look at what SnapMap is. So one of the interesting features of Doom is the SnapMap experience, where you can play and also create very interesting custom games. Here you can find the top rated maps in the community and also those that are played the most. People have already created tower defense games where you buy upgrades to take on increasingly more powerful waves of opponents. And I'm sure as SnapMap gets more popular and creators have some time to play around with it, there's going to be more and more content to extend your Doom experience. So you might be asking now, how do you create your own SnapMaps? Well, here is one that I created earlier. This is just a simple arena where I placed all of the different demons in it. If I click edit, we get an overview, and I'll show you how easy it is to use this system. We get a top-down view, and if we zoom in, we can take a look at all the different rooms that I've managed to create. For example, if I want to add a room, I just simply press my G key, and then there are all of these different tabs with the different kinds of layout that you can have. Pressing your Q key rotates them so you can put them in any direction that you choose. If you highlight one of the rooms and press tab on it, then it zooms in and you can take a look to see what the player will actually see. This snap map I made so I can show you all of the awesome monsters in the game. These are the possessed scientists, possessed workers, and also possessed engineers. Moving on, let's take a quick look to see what's in the next room. It's just the standard imp. This is your kind of run-of-the-mill, quite fast, but also fires fireballs, which you got to watch out for, certainly. Then we have a lost soul. These things have got no better plan than to just charge into you. They're an absolute nightmare indeed, because they do some quite substantial damage if you don't manage to ward them off with a shotgun. Moving on, now we are looking at a Hellraiser. This thing is a bit more sneaky. It likes to try and engage you from long range and use its laser beam to take gigantic chunks out of you. Moving on, let's take a look at the Caco Demon. This thing is famous, right? If you've played the original Doom, you'll have seen these all the time, and boy, what a model it is. Updated in its full glory, it really is a pleasure when you encounter one of these things for the first time. So I made a corridor here, a quick bend to the left twice so I can have more room to play around with. This is a Hell Knight. Yeah, that's just the big old brute. You really don't want to let this thing get into close quarters combat with you. Then we're going to be looking at the Mancubus. This one is a standard Mancubus that just uses fire. It fires fireballs at you and also will use a flamethrower if you get too close. Next, we're looking at a modified Cyber Mancubus. This thing fires what feels like green sludge at you, and you really do not want to get hit by it. It leaves puddles on the ground that are corrosive to walk over as well, and they are generally one of the toughest monsters in the game. Next, we have Pinky. This is like some scary gorilla mixed with a pig, I guess, and it loves to just charge into you. You don't want to engage it frontally because it's got lots of armor, but behind it's very soft and squishy, so a shotgun shell to the back usually finishes this off very quickly indeed. Next, we have the Revenant. And no, it's not played by Leonardo DiCaprio. This thing has got rocket launchers on top. It fires them repeatedly at you. It can also fly using this jetpack. It's generally a great long-ranged harassment. And then finally, this is the bad boy of Doom. This is the Baron of Hell. There are quite a few of these. Sometimes you have to deal with two of them at the same time. They're a royal pain in the backside. Imagine like a knight that we saw several rooms ago, but just far more badass. And so yeah, basically this is a snap map that I created in roughly about 10 to 20 minutes. Very, very quickly, and that's without having any prior experience with it to show off all the different demons. Saving your designs is super easy, and you can come back and edit them, and if you're so inclined, you can publish them to the rest of the Doom community for them to upvote and downvote, depending if they like them or not. So how about I quickly make a snap map of a room that you're not able to survive. Okay, so let's delete this, let's delete that. Let's add in something epic. There we go. Let's have a set piece. Something really cool. A pyramid of death. That sounds fun, right? Okay, so we'll add that in there. Okay. Now let's edit the room a little bit. We'll zoom into here. Whoa, here's going to be our pyramid of death. All right, let's add some demons in. Where are the demons? Let's put a few of these guys around. All right. Let's also add in a few revenants. See if we can make this even harder, hey? I'm sure this isn't going to go very well. Okay, and finally, we're going to have one Baron of Hell at the front, right? Ah, that sounds completely fair. Alright, I think we've got to go give ourselves a fighting chance here. So let's spawn ourselves some items. Let's give ourselves a super shotgun. We'll put an ammo box there. So we got some ammo. And finally, where's the mega health? There's the mega health. Okay. Next, we also have to put a place where our player is going to spawn. Here we go. Player proxy. No, we need a player start. There we go. We'll put our player here. And it's as simple as that. I can click escape and I can click play. And that is how quick it is to be able to create something. Let's see how well this is going to go. I'm sure this isn't going to go very well. Oh, I might survive this, actually. Hold on. Whoa. Where's the death head? Get away from me, buddy. Oh, if I can get my health back on him. Oh! Give me my health! Oh! Oh! Lie down, buddy. Okay, he's gone. Oh, I've got 44 health left. He's down. Oh my word, I don't think there's like many left. Low ammo. Uh-oh. Oh no, right at the end. I think that was the last opponent that we needed. And so there you go. That's what SnapMap is all about. I guess infinite replayability if you've got any kind of creativity. Next, let's look at the multiplayer functionality of Doom. Here we can see me using the rocket launcher. We throw a grenade. We've got a couple of opponents coming at us. Now they're going to be using the jump pad, slam dunk one, and we managed to get the second as well. Anyone who played Quake 3 Arena will be noticing that this looks quite a lot similar, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, right? Quake 3 Arena was one of my favorite multiplayer FPS games. However, this is kind of Quake 3 Arena with a twist. There are also some freaky things that you can pick up. We just managed to frag somebody there, and we picked up some invisibility. Now, the invisibility is rather cheeky, but oh my god, what is that? That is actually a player who just ripped apart one of my allies. He has spawned as a Baron of Hell, and that's because there are demon power-ups in this that then you can go on to go and massacre the enemy team. Currently, I'm playing Team Deathmatch, so I think this was 6-on-6 or possibly even 8-on-8. Not quite sure. And I'm going to sneak up on this guy, get him a little bit. But really, we've got to watch out for the Baron of Hell on the enemy team. If we manage to kill him, then he drops the rune again, and we should be able to perhaps pick it up. So we took that guy out, and here we go. We fire a rocket in, stop the enemy player from picking up the rune and taking the Baron, and now I have spawned as the Revenant. And look at this, you get to fly around, you get to fire rockets. We're on a killing spree now. Hopefully we'll finish this guy off as well. We come around the corner, will we be able to take these guys out? Oh no, they shut us down, and so they can see that we drop the rune, and then he gets to spawn as a demon of his choosing. He wants to play as the Baron of Hell and not the Revenant. Are we going to be able to get him? Where is he? Oh god, there's the guy who just killed us. Oh, my legs. Ouch. That's a bit awkward, right? So you can see how frenetic the pace is. It's backwards and forwards. Whoever manages to kill the demon then becomes like a boss, and oh no, there goes my head as well. So we'll remember him. There's Fifth Angel. That's the guy who he basically killed us twice after he killed us as the Revenant, but we're going to get some revenge on him here. We're using one of the abilities that allows you to see where the demon is through the walls. We shoot him in the head, and we get the rune back. All right, one hit. Will we get some more? Who knows? Possibly. Oh, nearly. The Revenant is my favorite because the rockets are just so darn powerful, especially in a closed engagement. And you can often kill multiple opponents at the same time, which is rather nice indeed. But, of course, you don't want to get too confident, because if you go and get your butt kicked, just like that, then the enemy's going to become the Baron as well. So really, playing carefully as the demon is very important. So to conclude, graphically, Doom is impressive with a vivid, immersive imagination of Mars and Hell that will leave you at moments with a gaping jaw and sometimes wanting just to die to repeat the experience. The gameplay of Doom is true to its heritage, it's run and gun at its finest, and it's pushing a much faster pace than modern FPS games. I thoroughly enjoyed my playthrough of the single player campaign, which as I mentioned earlier took me 12.5 hours on the second hardest difficulty, and while there is a wealth of opportunity for prolonging the gameplay with SnapMap and also with multiplayer, I really can't see myself playing it much in the future. If I had to rate Doom, I would probably give it an 8 or possibly a 9 out of 10 because it is the most frenetic, exciting, but also balanced FPS combat I have ever experienced. However, I just don't think that the multiplayer is going to be the next big thing, well at least not the next Quake 3 Arena, And I'm kind of surprised that they're selling a season pass with Doom. Now, I bought Doom for £25 from G2A, and I would happily buy it once again, if only for that 12.5 hours of awesome gameplay that I had in the single player campaign. It truly was, at least for me, a very enjoyable experience. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, or maybe it was just useful to you. If it was, please consider giving it a like down below. It really helps the channel out. And if you're looking to pick up your own copy, you can find a link in the description below where to find it on G2A. And let me know in the comments down below what you lovely ladies and gentlemen think of Doom. And as always, thank you so much for watching. You've been epic, and hopefully I'll see you soon.